I released a brand new service price. I don't know if anybody saw that. I snuck it in. I snuck in a weekly membership. A weekly membership. We've never done that here at American Dream Trading. We're going to test it out. A weekly membership starting at $50. If you've ever been sitting on the fence and you wanted to join us here, we have 450 people in our Zoom. Now is your opportunity. So you guys right now, if you head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com, you can sign up for our regular paid membership at $50 a week. So if you've been sitting on the fence and you're like, hey, I want to know what's going on, boom, jump in there. Here we go. We're building the house of profits. Make it rain, baby. Let's make it rain.
Join American Dream Trading's live trading weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Calling all traders, report to American Dream Trading. Calling all traders, report to American Dream Trading.
Let's have an amazing day and nobody go rogue. Love your faces. All right, SPY getting a nice pop. Why? Because it dipped in the pre-market leading to the bell, which is opposite of driving up to the bell and then pulling back on the sell back. Congratulations, everybody. Yesterday, I believe we had another $1 million day here at American Dream Trading and profits for our members. Appreciate it. Nice job, everybody. And no, it wasn't off AMC and GME. We do this every single day. Speaking of VIP, any VIP members make money this morning before the market even opened inside of our VIP early room? Go ahead.
Yes, sir, I did.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You guys are interested in joining us, make sure you head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Head on over. We'd love to see you over here. We'd love to start working with you. Make it rain, baby. Let's make it rain.
Thank you, Arlo. Arlo just gave me a call like, okay, your mic's not open. Okay, so welcome to the aftermarket. Let's try this again. Don't worry about it, James. We'll get it right. We are closing out the week. Another week is in the books, guys. Another week's in the books, and James is here to celebrate with me. We are going to close the week out strong. Hopefully, you guys made some money. Did you make money today, James?
Yes, ma'am. It has been a day. But
awesome.
Bottom line, I'm green. 7th day in a row.
I heard that earlier in the profit and losses. Congratulations. Let's give you the bell.
Thank you.
Way to go. Way to go. That's good, man. You know what? Let me go ahead and get our lounge music on. What stocks did you do that with, James? Do you mind me asking?
FFIE and Aiken.
Okay, there's that bacon again. I heard Callie talking about that one the other day.
No, the AKAN.
Okay, Aiken. Oh, okay. I thought didn't she have one BCT or something like that?
Yeah,
Um,
BTOC.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Well, cool. And you managed to get an FFIE before it started tanking, huh? Made a few
Oh yeah,
dollars.
yeah. In and out real quick.
You
Which
gotta be
I,
because
I overslept this morning, and that started a nice discussion with the wife. But I'm not going to bring the show down with that BS. But yeah, yeah. So right at the market open,
tell us
I
about
got
the
you
BS
some.
with your wife,
I,
James. We can listen.
it was a little after midnight. I dozed off. She got up and turned my alarm off, and so I woke up pissed. And she said, "Well, I don't know what you're so worked up for. It's not that important." Huh?
Oh,
What? What? Yeah, yeah. So basically, the bottom line, her point of view is she supports me in what I'm doing, but she looks at it as more of a hobby than a priority.
right. I gotcha. I gotcha.
So just kind of processing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you don't have a partner that realizes exactly what it is that you're trying to do, sometimes it's not easy. So yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Ah,
Yeah, well, I
um,
mean, she's got a fair point. I'm not paying any bills with it yet, so. eh, But
I
it's not
know,
a hobby. I'm not doing it just to keep my mind occupied. I've got a
right?
goal, but either way,
And you'll hit
here
it.
and
And
there.
we know we're on this end of it, so we know, we know your progress, and we know what the struggle is. We also know, luckily, I have a partner who understands exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm like, I'm trying to retire you with this. This is not a game. So, and she knows, she's seen how passionate I am and how I've thrown myself into it. Even when I'm not trading, I'm doing work for Coach just because I want to be around it and just because I just want to be a part of this. So I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? But it's all good, man, because one day, and just keep imagining this, one day when you start showing her the earnings, just like what's happening with Mark McSee and what's happened with Nate and a lot of the other guys. Shh, wait a minute. You made how much money?
No, I think at this point I've decided I'm going to pull a Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. What's that?
Yeah, I ain't going to tell her about any of the real gains. It's all paper trading.
Wow. Does Jimmy do that? I know Nate does that.
He did when he started out. Now I don't know all the details, and I'm not going to tell Jimmy's story, but I do remember very clearly that for the longest time his wife believed that it was all paper trading, monopoly money. When he was up
Ah.
his first few million, and yeah, yeah, that was. I'm
That's where
sure
Nate
that
gets that from.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when he told her. I couldn't imagine. My wife would have
Oh,
killed me. She would have killed me. But yeah, I mean it was awesome that he was able to do that.
yeah, definitely. Wow. That's pretty interesting. That's definitely pretty interesting. I don't know that I would be able to get away with doing that because me, I've got the want to share that. You know what I mean? Because Jen and I've been through so much together with the business that we had. So that's my partner. I want her to know when I'm doing well. You know what I mean? So she can kind of relax and know that I'm not over here losing money anymore. Um, which I'm not trading at all right now because don't have money to trade with. But at least I'm not losing money and I am training the entire time. So, but I'm lucky to have somebody that's been patient through that. You know what I mean? So it's all good. We will prevail, James.
Oh yeah.
We will prevail. Let's see what's going on with this sound here.
Yeah, now I just have to remember to not do the same thing that I've repeated I don't know how many times in the last couple of years and having multiple green days and going, I got this, let's go big. Oh crap.
Right, right. Go big or go home. Let's make it happen today, right? Let's make it rain in our pockets, and then you end up, with empty pockets. What's
Oh
up,
yeah.
Walter?
What's up, brother? What's up, sister? Can you hear
How
me?
art thou?
Hey, Rossi, what's up?
Yes.
Is it Rossi or Rosie? Is it
Rosie?
Rosie or Rosie? Is it
Rosie.
Rosie or Rosie?
Rosie.
Okay.
Hi, Rosie.
How are you guys?
Oh, that was funny. Ted was like, "What is it? Is it Rossi?" It's like,
I
no, it's
know.
Rosie.
I know.
But I'm glad he wants to get it right. How about that jam session at the end of the day,
That
huh?
was so good. I
Oh,
was
that was
I was
fun.
going. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, play that funky music for me. And then I'm a lovely day. Trying to hold on like Bill Withers, right? So
No, that was good. Those were good songs.
That sounds like
Jive
I missed all
talking.
that.
I
Oh
I
remember
yeah.
had to
Jive
cut out
talking
about
when I was
Mimi
like
today.
7 years
This is
old.
my
Oh
first
yeah,
Friday.
they jammed out.
Yeah, I
played
didn't
Jive
realize
Talking
that
by
this
the
happens on Fridays, so I was like, what?
They played Get Down on It by Kool and the Gang and Jive Talking by the Bee Gees, Bill Withers, A Lovely Day, and what was the first one, Rosie?
Ah man.
Play that funky music, white
Yeah,
boy.
play that funky music. Yeah.
Play that funky music. So it was fun. It was a good way to let our hair down. God, I wish I could do that on here. Oh, we would be jamming constantly. Okay, it would be some stuff in between the music is how the show would end up being.
Yep.
But yeah, I got an FFIE because the few dollars that I do have is over in Weeble, and I'm playing with about $20 or $30 over there. And every couple of days, I love this because it's stagger settles. So with the 20 that I've got, one day I use 10, and I'm using that up, and the next day I've got the other 10. So it's kind of kept me being able to do small trades all week. So I've managed to make another $5 or $10 off of FFIE and SINT earlier in the week. So, I'm a happy camper. I'm trying to get the process down, and I am just doing nothing but waiting in the weeds.
Nice.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't forget, guys, tonight is onboarding at 6:15. For those of you that are brand new, let me go grab the thumbnail here. For those of you that are brand new, where is this thing? Oh, okay, there it is. For those of you that are brand new, Miranda and Arlo do the onboarding session, and it's going to be tonight at 6:15, where they will basically take you through Discord. They'll take you through where you should get started if you're brand new to ADT. They'll probably walk you through how to go through the hub on the website, all that good stuff. So if you've got any questions, make sure you're there. And go ahead and do that. And tonight we are also wanting to let you know that Coach has where are we here? I think this is it. One VIP lifetime membership left. I don't think he actually sold it. If he did, Coach, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll get another one out of this. But one VIP lifetime left, and that is all she wrote. So the topic of tonight is what is going on with these small cap stocks. Are small cap stocks king now or what? Have you guys noticed that's all we've been talking about is AMC, FFIE, GameStop, all the smaller cap stuff.
They've been running.
Yes. I think that everybody is hoping that FFIE is the next GameStop scenario. What do you think?
Well, I know what's the name of that guy?
Dumb Money.
The
Dumb
guy,
Money. Roaring Kitty.
Yes, oh, there you go. So we know that he was saying, I guess, giving hints to go in that direction. So
yeah.
I don't know a lot about that though. So I watched the movie. That's all I know.
Well, I ventured over to Reddit and found his page, found Wall Street Bets page, and it's just constant comments about, hey, let's go ahead and put everything into this stock, and let's do what we need to do. And I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? There's it's crazy. You just gotta go over there and check it out when you get a minute. It'll definitely be enlightening.
Rihanna says catch and release stocks, I guess.
Yeah, I don't put a whole lot of stock into that. I just play what the day gives.
Yeah, because some people lost their money in that whole scenario. You can't have a bias based on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you can, obviously, if you, for those that had the good timing of getting in early and got out before everything crashed, it was, I guess it's good, but I mean, it feels almost like more like gambling to me. So
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm into all of that.
yeah. I don't blame you. It's good for an in and out. If you want to practice scalping, maybe trying to catch it on a run and then get right out. You know what I mean? That's about all it's good for. It certainly isn't something you want to buy and hold and
I
you
mean, at
know.
least in the small caps, this is what the VIP is in the mornings. The pre-market is all about. So obviously, uh, coach teaches us the right technique at least to trade those.
Yeah.
So that's the good news, that we still have the good technique and proper way to handle those.
She is talking about Chad W. Christian. He is a
Yeah.
30-year stock market vet. And coach teaches us, like I say every day, how to get in stocks, in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. We don't chase call outs over here. We do call outs because obviously we're watching the market and we want to help each other out, people helping people, but we don't chase call outs. We are taught that when someone calls it out, you go to it, but you look at it first and you chart it out and you see if it's something feasible for you to get in at that time. If you don't see a good setup, don't get in it just because somebody else called it out. They possibly got in it when it was a good setup.
Exactly.
So, and you don't know that when you're brand new, but luckily with this group, we try to encourage people to do the right thing. We don't just let people go rogue in here. We try to kind of have each other's back and look out for each other, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And even when we're learning, like you're doing now, Dawn, that you're starting small, you're first trying to get down what is being taught. So that's cool. I haven't tried the pre-market like that yet. I'm there, I'm listening, but I haven't tried it yet because I want to get the EWO down. So I'm trying to focus on that first. But
yeah.
one of these days.
And I know all the strategies now, you know what I mean? I know them because I've put in a year and a half of screen time of just listening to the group, listening to coach. And I've been in the pre-market now for 6 months or more, at least, maybe even 8 or 9 months, because I started going in there in September at 4:00. And I'm telling you, I watched when Nate was doing waiting in the weeds strategy. And I heard him talk about it over and over, and I tried it successfully then, but yet and still kept jumping around, kept going back to options, kept trying this stock and that stock. And I finally have come to the conclusion, and I've come to this conclusion several times, but this time it actually makes sense because I've already tried all the other stuff and it's just not working out for me. And waiting in the weeds works.
Mm-hmm.
So, I put my position in right above where the heavy support is, and I just wait for it to pick me up. If it doesn't pick me up, I don't worry about it. That just was not meant for me to be in. If it does pick me up, look at where I'm getting in at the bottom. That's how you trade stocks. Get in low and sell high.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really no rocket science to it. Get in low, sell high.
Hey, I don't know if you'll notice, but we lost Waffle again.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
his phone.
Oh, did it? Okay. I saw him disappear and I thought maybe he went into an area or he was at work or something, but he didn't come back in the back area for me to let him back in. So, okay, cool. So at least we know what's happening. I'm like, was it my breath?
Yeah,
I saw him drop out, Yeah.
The waiting in the weeds, I can't remember what stock it was, but there was a support just above VWAP and a really good support just below VWAP. And usually I do like 10 shares at a time in the pre-market. That's it, real small.
Yeah.
So I put in an order for 5 at the first one and 5 at the second one. And in one candle, it dropped, picked up both, and then bounced, and I made out pretty good.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah.
That's, that's like a cheat code, man.
Yeah, that's the best way
That's
to
like a
get in
cheat
low.
code, you know.
And
So
hey, you have Bong saying that he's with you, Don. No more options, and waiting in the weeds for him too.
is that Trader Vaughn?
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually a girl.
Oh, okay.
Everybody thinks Vaughn's a guy, but yeah, it's yeah, thank you for reading that, Rosie. And yeah, Vaughn, I'm done. I'm so done, and Nate was saying earlier that he's done with options. It's not that options is a bad thing. It's just right now it's not my cup of tea. I've done it for a year and a half now. I've been so sporadic with it. I'm way more consistent with just putting in a position in the weeds and letting it pick me up. I'm way more consistent with that. So the only thing that kept me from doing it is greed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that kept me from doing it. Oh, at times 100. Oh, look, I made $400 on this one play. Yay!
Yeah.
That's temporary. That does not always happen, and it can happen when you have a larger account where you can trade that and you're not using that money for bills, so you're not under any pressure and you're thinking clearly. Yeah, you can make a hell of a lot of money in stocks, but when in options. But when you're using it to pay bills or trading, it's going to eat you alive if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the account that can stomach getting in and out of channeling and all of that. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's going to be a slow burn. I've wrapped my mind around that I'm not going to become an overnight millionaire damn near like Brady and Jimmy did. For months, I thought that was me. I've come to the realization now that is not me. And now I've got to walk in my own skin and learn this the correct way in my own time. If that takes me 2 years to do it, either way, I know I'm going to eventually be successful if I just stay the course. So
yeah,
I had to come off.
Most of our millionaires though have done that strategy. So if you think about it, I think you maybe end up there anyway. But even if it takes a little longer,
I'm going to end up there, just not as fast as I thought. You know what I mean?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get there. I would have liked it to be sooner than later, but there's no question I'm going to get there.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And we're not giving up. We're doing this. James, what's up? We're doing this. Come on. James is doing really good.
Bee's out here pacing in the garage, so I'm keeping on mute for the background noise.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
I agree. You got this.
Yep. So let's take a look at what's down in the chat. We've got 3 links that's down there. Let's go over those real quick. The first one is down there is AmericanDreamTrading.com. Miranda, thank you so much for making sure that's posted. Arlo, once again, thank you for calling me and making sure that everybody can hear me. AmericanDreamTrading.com, that is where you will go to pick up a VIP membership. That is where you will go if you happen to get on the wheel tonight and win a VIP or win a weekly. There's so many of them, Rosie. Oh my God. Win a weekly. So, that's where you have to go ahead and get signed up to be a member if you're not a member. Also, we've got the stream link, the restream link is down there as well. If you want to join the panel, come up here, talk about your day. We can pick apart the trades, anything you guys want to do. Come on up here and talk about it. That's what this show is for. It's created for you.
Bucket is there, so he should come up.
Who?
Bucket. He just joined the chat, and he should come up and tell us about his pool and his bubbles.
Oh, Bucket! What's up, Bucket? Hey, man. Yes, you're right. I want to know about it.
Why is Diesel Dan not here? I don't know. He's
Diesel Dan, you've been up here before.
Yeah, and he's doing great. So
let's come talk about it.
Let's give us some of those golden nuggets. Come on.
Come on up here, guys. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie is a cheerleader, man. Let's get her. Let's give Rosie a bell. Thank you, Rosie. You're amazing. This is the panel members that I need up here. Let's get it pumped.
And also, talking about them bubbles, all I can think about is Finding Nemo. Bubbles!
Bubbles,
My bubbles.
bubbles. Hopefully you got bucket. Hopefully you got your bubbles fixed.
Yeah, he
And
got that.
also the tip jar is down there, guys. So please bless the tip jar. Mama needs money this weekend for groceries. So if you have it, go ahead and donate it. And just know you are much appreciated. And I'll be able to eat this weekend because you put money in my tip jar. So thank you. And that's no bullshit. I'm not even fronting. That's no bullshit. So thank you guys for those of you that do that. Bucket, are you gonna come up here and tell us about the pool or what, man?
He's saying that his pool is fixed, but he's finishing up something now, so he might.
Okay. Okay. We'll come on up when you can. Come on up when you can. Shout out to Miranda. Shout out to Arlo. Shout out to Jimmy Hodge down there. Shout out to Edward. Hey, Edward. Shout out to who else do we have down there? Tiki 19. Wait a minute, hold on. Tiki 1958. What the hell did I just do?
Victoria.
I totally went out of there. Victoriano, we got Bucket. Diesel Dan, Paula at the beach. Paula, thanks for rocking us out at the end of the day. That was amazingly awesome.
Yes.
Very good picks there. Who else we got down there?
Joey Grips.
Joey Grips, Bucko 504. You say we got Dave S is down there. Dave S, what's going? Dave S, come on up here on the panel, Dave S.
Yeah, like he wants some great beers. Sorry, my Spanglish.
He wants some more gravy. It's
He
okay.
wants people with beer. He wants more.
We got one right here.
Yeah,
James
we
L.
want one. So come on. I don't know if he has a beer or not. I don't know.
Look, Rosie, we're gonna have to go get a couple of fake Santa Claus beards and wear them, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, Freddie the Freeloader, what's up, Freddie? Trader Vaughn, Sweatsuit Dappers down there. Welcome everybody.
I know.
Don't forget, we are giving away a weekly membership tonight. A week of the weekly.
Beer.
We've got what's that one? V Branson Designs.
Beers or beards? Both are welcome, Joey. Both.
I don't know my accent. I have no idea.
No beard, man. No beard over here. Rob InsoFlow, welcome, brother. Mustang Chris just chimed in. What's up, Mustang Chris? So those of you that are down there that are not members, because I read a few names that I don't recognize, welcome to the show. And hopefully you guys get a lot out of being here this evening. We're going to be here till about 6:30. And then those of you that are brand new, if you want to cut out early to go to the onboarding, that is happening over there on Discord with Miranda and Arlo. And tonight we are giving away a week of the weekly. So I've already told you that. And yeah, we're just going to try to make it happen. We're going to watch a couple videos and shout out to Carter. Carter puts a lot of work into those videos, man. So shout out to Carter for doing that. Give a round of applause to the panel, Rosie and James L.
I think it was Carter. I was giving it to Carter. He does a good job.
Okay, I think we got I think that is this Dave S? I can't tell. Hold on.
Who is this?
Hey, Dap.
Hey, Dap. What's going on? See, there you go, Dave S. You got another beer.
Yes.
Look, so now we got 2 girls and 2 beards. All the beards, come on up here. The bearded guys. And bearded ladies, if there's any bearded ladies. Don't they have bearded ladies at the circus?
They do. That would be fun.
My grandma, man, she had this friend, Miss Esther. I mean, full mustache, dude. She would not shave it. I just, it was anything I could do to just. I'm like, can I just get that for you? Just. I mean, it was full, Rosie.
No.
It was a full mustache.
Ooh,
Dave,
yeah, here we go. Well, this is definitely.
how are you, brother? We always
Yeah, I'm
hear
good.
your voice every morning. Now we can see you.
Look at that
I'm
wide
That's
hair.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I have it all. I have it all.
He's got the hair, the
Yeah.
beard. That's a good look. You look exactly like a white-haired version of one of my best buds, who is an insane guitar player, Tony. I'm not gonna put his whole name out there, but yeah, you remind me of Tony a lot. Do you play any instruments?
We have a lot of people here looking like Willie Nelson, says Paula. And,
He's Willie's cousin.
we actually have big and knowledge.
That is
down
my beautiful wife. Hey,
Yes.
baby.
Yes. And she's saying, what is wrong with a little facial hair?
Again.
Right?
Willie Nelson, yes.
You know, I had that song stuck in my head earlier today.
Which one?
Snoop Dogg. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
Wow. I've never heard that.
We had to look it up. It's funny.
I'll never smoke weed with who again? Lily?
Willie Nelson.
Willie. Oh my God.
Will-
Who else? I think Jack Nicholson is famous for getting people sized up. I think I saw some show. I think maybe behind the scenes of Anger Management. Adam Sandler, I think, was saying Jack kept trying to get him high.
No.
Speaking of getting high, a lot of cannabis stocks are also on the move lately. Isn't Acon a cannabis stock?
Yes, it is.
Yep. So we got a lot of small cap stocks that are really walking ahead of some of the bigger cap stocks right now. We got a lot of people pushing these small stocks. Small caps are king right now. If you've got a small account, that might be a reason for you to come into the pre-market, learn how to trade them properly. Don't just jump in them. I know it's early, but you got to get up. You got to pay the piper if you want to be successful in this game, you know? Dave's in there. Come on. Dave, Rosie, come on. We're in there. Nate's in there. Mark McCee's in there. Shout out to Mark McCee. Shout out to Nate.
I think we lost Dave. I think he was having problems with his microphone.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. There was another. Oh, somebody said that he looked like Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
Kenny Rogers. Yeah, definitely. Kenny Rogers. I remember seeing that Geico commercial, and I freaked out because the last time I saw Kenny Rogers, he was the big, robust, white-bearded Kenny Rogers, and I mean, he looked considerably different. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. The Geico commercial where he's singing "Know When to Hold Him." He's sitting at the poker table.
Oh yeah.
I do not remember that commercial.
Oh my goodness, look it up. Kenny Rogers Geico commercial. The Gambler. And he's way smaller, and I mean, I know we just lost him a few years ago, but it didn't dawn on me, and sometimes you forget that, because I never picture getting older. I don't think about age a lot. And it's so funny when you see someone that you saw when you were younger and they look considerably older. but you don't really see it in yourself because you're always looking at yourself every day and you're always seeing yourself, so you don't see the changes like somebody else would. But when you see that drastic of a change, it's like, holy crap, it puts you in touch with your own reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, time's moving.
Yeah. Oh, we have Ang is in the panel now. Hi. And we have Eric. Here we go with Eric's motto again in the chat. Come to the panel, Eric.
Eric, come on, man. We got questions for you, Eric. We got cookies. Come on, Eric. Lure him in with cookies.
I know. Actually, I do have cookies.
I tell you what, though, I am digging the earnings conversations every day.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I love listening to Eric's like walkthrough of everything. That it speaks to my soul. I'm like a nerd, man. Give me all the info.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nothing wrong with
hear
that.
the podcast. It's gonna be great.
I don't know how to find
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Victoriano.
Hey, Ange.
He doesn't have a gray beard though. It's only a little gray.
So you got a great
we can get him
beard.
some
Bias.
dots.
No, yesterday you were there, and you had 3 or 4 other graybeards. You had Mark McSee. I think were you on there yesterday, James? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
There was
Yeah, James here.
3
Uncle Vinny.
graybeards plus you,
Vinny
Don.
was here. Huh?
There was 3 graybeards plus you yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. It was fun.
Where are you going, Dap?
Dap's dipping out. Is Dap dipping? Don't dip, Dap. Don't dip,
We
Dap.
lost him. We lost him.
I've received a lot of help from this community, and I really appreciate it. I'm about 5 or 6 weeks old, and my head is busting from everything that I have to keep my head together because there's so much that I've learned.
So much
and
information, right?
So much to learn, and people have been helpful, very helpful. Bucket and Mark Mancini and Mark McSee and Nate and Don and Paula, and just everybody's been so helpful here. It's such a great community. So I actually am a lifetime and gold, and I've already earned that much here. So in 4 weeks.
That's
so
awesome.
it's a great place to be, and if anyone's listening to me that doesn't belong, it's well worth it. You need to belong to ADT.
Yes, thank you.
And because there's one voice to come listen to.
And that is the sound of Coach's voice, which we will hear in a minute here shortly.
We're gonna have Coach on.
No, we're gonna watch a video.
Oh,
But
say, wait a minute, he can't be on here. He's not a graybeard.
I'm sure he could grow one. Trading with support lines. Okay, Carter's got a brand new video up, trading with support lines that we're going to watch. But make no mistake, Dave, Coach has graced this panel with his presence before.
Absolutely.
So every now and then he's known to come on here and kind of kick it with us for a little while. So you never know.
I've seen you on at 4 a.m., Don, and that's usually the time I get here. Actually, I start at 2 a.m. Central and go on through. I'm still here at whatever time it is now. I don't have a clock on this thing. It's almost 5 o'clock Central time, so 6 o'clock where some of you guys are at. But
yeah,
I've been here a long time, and I don't get to be able to come to your show, Don. But I've been here about 4 times, and it's always a great thing to watch. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for coming and being a part of it. I appreciate it. It only works if you guys appreciate it and want to come and hang out and actually, because that's why I created it. You know what I mean? It's like we need a hangout. And I remember when I was doing live streams and I was doing reviews of 90 Day Fiance on my own channel. By the way, if you want to click my icon and subscribe, that'd be lovely. uh, and yeah, I would do reviews, and I remember I would have people come in my chat from ADT shortly after I joined. That's how supportive this community is. I'm like, wow, these guys barely know me, and they're coming in my chat and supporting, and I loved it. I was like, wow, one day I'm going to create a live stream where we can just kind of hang out and just talk about stocks all the time. And I did that on my channel, and Coach fell in love with it. That's the story of the aftermarket. Coach fell in love with it because I started talking about it in the Zoom call, like we do so many days. We talk at the end. And Cox was in there, and Ralph and Christina, and I'm like, yeah, I've been talking about doing this show. They're like, you should do it. We'll come be on a panel with you. Cox said, you should call it the Aftermarket. I always give him credit for saying that. And I'm like, damn, that's a good name. And that weekend it was born. I started creating logos for it and everything. And Monday we started. And we've been on here ever since. This is our 162nd episode since last August. We started in last August. So I'm excited about hitting 200 episodes, really.
Awesome.
It's going to be a milestone. So,
Talking.
yeah, man.
We need this because sometimes, like, again, today with Apple being sideways all day,
Yeah.
we need to vent
Yeah.
this. We need to get this out of the way.
That's frustrating.
Did you just play Apple today?
I actually, you know what? I'm learning from the stuff that we've been talking about in this aftermarket. So I took from Billy's teachings yesterday, and I said, you know what? I know that this is a channel. I know that this is not going anywhere. And why do I have to trade? So I did not trade. So
that was good.
Yeah, I traded like one SPY thing, and I got $20 out, and I was like, what am I doing? I stopped.
Yeah, because when Jen and I first started our business, and there would be people who would call us like 10, 12 o'clock at night to go get them food. When we first started, we were willing to go 24 hours. My mom said something to me. She said, every dollar ain't to be got. You need to have structure. Don't just go out willy-nilly all the time doing anything for anybody, because you have to have structure. And you have to have discipline to have that structure. So it's very hard for a new trader, especially when you're so excited about doing it and about succeeding, to just want to jump in and chase every shiny new penny, like Jimmy said. So it's a hard thing to overcome. So I applaud you. I applaud you for doing that.
And you know what? Like, it was a good channel. For sure, people could make money, but those are the people that are going to go heavy, and there are people that are experts in scalping. And Friday and all of that stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out, and I'm going to go in the weekend with a red in my account. So I'm going to just...
Good for you.
$20. Let's keep it that way.
Good for you. I'm going to give you a bell on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of discipline to pull yourself away from it. So, because it's very addictive. This is what she is talking about, everybody. This is what Apple looked like today. If you haven't taken a look at this chart, look how choppy this chart is. And you do have a couple of stints here where you could, that looks like a nice call at the beginning, and then it goes into a put, and then it gets pretty choppy after that. I don't play Apple right now because I'm not doing options, but look how it still is respecting the lines that I put on here weeks ago.
Yeah, and that was basically the same lines as yesterday. So this is the same everything that we went through yesterday. So it didn't come out of that channel. Again,
wow.
You could have traded, like you could see that there are some instances that you could have made a little bit of money, but to me, that's no. I need to stick to what I'm trying to do here. which is when it's there's a trending day, then I'm gonna try to participate in those, not when it's in this channel like this.
Right. And it's very
Definitely.
hard unless you want to practice channel trading. And I
Exactly.
definitely would, you know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't suggest it with options, really. Channel trading is a good thing to practice with stocks because at least you don't have the gamma and all of that to worry about, you know?
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then here's what Apple's doing right now.
Yeah,
So it kind of took a dip down. This looks like a seahorse.
that's the dolphin that we keep talking about. That's the
No, it's a dolphin.
yeah,
That's what it is.
that's the
Well, a
dolphin.
dolphin and a seahorse, actually. It looks like
Yes,
all
and
of
that
that.
was when actually Eric's model pointed out, like at one point during the at the end of the date, he was like, "There is an Apple Play here," and he took it. I'm sure other people took it. So at the end of the day, there was, as you could see, some movement there, but it still
Yep.
didn't break that 191.10. I believe is the I have it in my brain.
Apple's
191.
stubborn. Apple is stubborn, man. It looks like a swordfish too, Rosie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Apple is stubborn. Let's take a look at some of these meme stocks. Let's look at FFIE and see what's happening with it.
I'm still in FFIE.
Are you?
Yeah.
Look at this thing. It took a nosedive and a half today, man. Look at this thing.
I like it because
Wow.
I like the aftermarket when these do these things just so that I can really slow it down. Like it really slows it down. And I can actually like physically sit here at the end of the day
And we
and
can pick it
really
apart.
analyze the L2. I'm also in MMV.
What's that? Michael Victor. Hey, Bucket.
Yeah, Michael Victor.
Let's look at it for you. We're going to welcome Bucket to the panel. That is Bucket, right?
Yeah, hey, Bucket.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's up?
Welcome, Bucket.
Hey, thanks.
Okay. What we got going on here? Why do I have so many days up?
Oh, I got out of MMV right before it shot up
Wow.
at the doji.
Wow. So, which part?
I got in this last time right at the top. So would they be around 1753? And I just got out at the doji. That's a doji. I'm still learning. Forgive me.
Yeah.
I literally got out like right there.
Yeah. Which I don't see a doji.
Or whatever that cross-like looking one is.
Okay. But you got out at the top, so at least you made some money on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Okay,
Learning.
so yeah. This candle right here, right? And here we got another one coming up here, so
Yep.
that was short-lived. But this candle right here, it's appearing at the top of an uptrend. So if you read the candlestick book, it lets you know that when you see one of those appearing at the top of an uptrend, normally if it comes behind with a confirmation candle, it signals something different's about to happen. Could be a reversal. Not guaranteed, but could be. Well, that's a shooting star, right?
Okay.
It does have a confirmation candle right behind it, and it did go to a downtrend right after that, but it did not continue. So, and one thing about it, look where it's located too. It's still in a good position, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's still above the 9. It's still above the cloud. It's still green. So there's nothing saying get out of the trade. But if you felt like you didn't want to stay in it, you know, I'm of the mindset of take your green. You know what I mean? So, and I shed. So it's a way to still have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? That way you can still have some cookie and have profit as well. So, did you have more than one contract, or did you do contracts, or was it shares?
Shares.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How many? Did you
I'm
have?
not touching the C word for a very long time, if ever.
That's smart. That is smart, girl.
I hear
Don't
too
rush
many.
into it.
I hear too much
Don't do it.
from pre-market disasters. Like, no.
Yep. Because how well it gives you money, it taketh away just as quickly, if not quicker. So yeah. And I'm not just saying that because I'm scorned. I'm saying that because it makes sense. It doesn't, especially if you're brand new, it doesn't make sense to get into options right now. Stock market trading shares teaches you the ebbs and flows of stock. So it's better to start there. You know what I mean? And you can make just as much money. Hell, we've created how many millionaires doing just stocks? Penny stocks at that. So the proof's in the pudding. And when it happens once, okay, all right. But 2-3 times, that tells me, okay, stocks it is. But yeah.
That one day
Yeah.
on
It's
shares
pretty-
is going to too.
What happened? You broke up, honey.
It's
You
about
said what?
account.
Yeah,
I hear you
Victoria.
talking about the
One-day
shares
turnover.
settling.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait for that. That is going to be Kareem. That's
Can you
going
hear
to be
me?
golden. To be able, yeah. Kind of low, but we can
Sorry.
hear you. Yeah. No, you're good. Let's check out Carter's video that he did today because I want to show some love to Carter on these videos. Guys, make sure you go to the video section at YouTube and comment and like on those videos. Share the content because we're trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. And right now we are sitting at 10,000. We're sitting at 10,722. So we're still rolling with that. Roll with it, baby.
Hey, Ange,
Yeah.
what's wrong with your right and left?
Oh, they're commenting in the chat about my tattoos.
You have tattoos?
I do. I have a full sleeve on the right, and I almost have a completed full sleeve on the left.
I honestly
minute,
thought that
hold
was
on.
a shirt.
Hold on.
That's the point.
Hold up. We got to get it.
I
We
mean,
got to get it.
what do you mean 23 hours?
Oh,
Oh,
so
I
my,
see the clock. 23?
my
That's
right
awesome.
sleeve took about almost 24 hours, and then we're about to 12 with this one here. This one's music themed. And then this whole sleeve is based on things that I enjoy, like space. The clocks represent the time of my kids when they were born.
Oh, wow.
Travel, timepieces. I like clocks. Clocks are my favorite thing. And then space. And then I got some faith in there and UFOs and stuff like that.
Doesn't that hurt?
Do you like Time by Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd?
I do.
That is one of my favorite songs.
I
Breathe.
seriously thought that was a shirt.
Yeah.
and
Right now I'm
Time.
struggling with the piano because the piano line here in the corner of my eye looks like a hair tie. And so I'm constantly trying to take it off. It doesn't come off. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll have it done. It'll be done the end of May. So I'm excited.
Do you play?
I don't, but I enjoy it all very much.
That's what my dad played.
That's a lot of needles. No, pass. Not happening. Nope.
I wish I could
Where does it hurt the most when you do it? Oh yeah, and by the way, before you answer, Ange, if Ted's listening, yeah, I'm not talking stocks right now, so tough
Can you
crap.
see that?
Go ahead, Ange.
Check out the instruments in here.
Oh, I love all of that.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Where
music.
does it hurt the
Someday
most?
when I don't work anymore and I do this, I actually want to. I love music. I never got the opportunity to like actually sit
There's
down
that.
and play, but I want to at some point.
There's your arm right there, girl.
Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
Oh, your music, yeah.
You
As
asked
far
the
as-
where it hurts the
as
worst.
far as you-
I would
yeah.
say the elbow is probably an interesting spot, and
Yeah.
then right through here.
Oh,
You said what?
The elbow, yeah.
I could
With the
ask
bones. There's something
which
about
one
the
hurt
bones.
probably the worst.
When it's near,
Generally, where there's not a whole lot of muscle, like spine, elbow.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
spine is what got me.
get a back tattoo.
No.
I've got two on my back shoulders, like one here and one here, that I got years ago. One is a name, and one is my sign. I've got a moon that is in some clouds because I'm a Cancer, so I'm a moon child, and it says moon child right under
Cancer, yay!
it.
Oh,
Cancer.
yeah,
When's your
we're all
birthday?
Cancer. Cancer. Is Rossi Cancer?
Yes, I
I know
am.
Dawn and I are Cancer.
You are?
Yes,
Oh,
Oh, yeah. And that's the perfect
July
sign.
19th, baby.
July
16.
5th.
Oh, wow. Right
18,
after July
July
4th. My
18th.
mom was July 8th. You said your son's what?
He'll be 18 on July 18th.
Ooh.
The day right before me. Really? So we got 8th, we got 5th. My mom would have been the 8th. And then we've got the 18th, who's Angie's son. I'm the and Bucket's the did you say 16th? 16th, and I'm the 19th.
I
And my
love
daughter's
Wow.
the 20th.
Cancer in the house.
And my daughter's the 20th.
I forgot about that.
Wow. So we got the 18th, 19th, and 20th covered. All we
I-
need is the
I
17th, and
it's
we
July
got
5th too. So
all we
she's-
need is the 17th, and we got it straight.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
all the cool people. What can I tell you?
Hey, summer babies make me feel fine.
I'm a Gemini. I'm
Are
not
you
into
just-
astrology stuff, but yeah.
You're right before us.
hmm
Gemini's the one right before Prince was a Gemini. My favorite musician ever.
Yes. What about the other gentlemen in the group? What are you guys?
Oh,
They're
you'll
like-
never guess.
You
Wait a minute. James, are you a Leo?
No, no, no. Leo, he would be
Sagittarius.
all the time.
You only got 10 more.
Right? Libra.
Nope.
Damn it. Because Libra's kind of like messing with you a little bit.
Virgo.
You're a Virgo? I would not make you a Virgo. Really?
Yeah, it doesn't fit. I mean, it kind of does some aspects. I guess it really looks at which stars you're staring at it on any given day. So, I mean,
Yeah, I would have given you any of those ones that I picked, just personality wise. You kind of seem like I don't know. That's interesting. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it. Dave, is Dave still up here? Did Dave go? Dave's
Yeah.
gone.
Here.
Dave dipped out. Victoriano, what's your sign, brother?
I am a Libra.
Libra? Okay.
Yeah.
Libras like to make you think.
Yeah, something that happened to me earlier this week is first I had one of those thinking when you get stuck. What's the name of it? When you can't really, you see the play, but you get stuck. And sorry, I'm trying to get that vocabulary in my head, but
That's all good. So you see the play and you just
you
don't.
think
You
too much and
hesitate.
yes,
Freeze.
not really afraid. Just that. It's just analysis paralysis. That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and that happened, I believe, because I've been thinking a lot about Tesla's approval for the FSD robo taxi that they want to do over there in China.
yeah.
I don't know if you heard about
Yeah.
the news. Well, ever since I heard the news, I've been looking into it.
Did not even.
And excuse me. Currently, there's
Is it?
two robotaxi companies that are actually doing that currently. Now, Tesla is the third company that got approved to do that self-driving robotaxi in China. Now,
Nice.
Elon Musk came out saying that they wanted to invest $500 million on to expand the charging abilities of the Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
So at the same time, um, I I see a lot of different like right now. There's other players in the same environment that they already have the infrastructure in place to expand the charging capabilities. And, I get stuck in that mindset where trying to see the different avenues that possible where I can see Tesla going in a more effective, efficient way moving forward. Because I see a lot of companies, small AV companies, they're trying to partner each other to be able to unify the whole charging plug so they can be universally shared. So not the initial investment is not going to be so large to be able to expand their network of charging infrastructure.
Right. And you follow Neo pretty closely, don't you?
Yeah, and that's where I was going at. Because NEO has
Yeah.
right now 7 different companies of EVs that they already signed contract publicly to be part of the group EVs already in place. So I was
Wow.
always thinking that came into my mind: is there in that environment, in that marketplace, do you think Tesla might be eventually getting a swappable battery, something like that, to be able to engage with the whole environment and everybody charging under the same?
I would love to hear Ted's answer to this. But I personally think that it's probably inevitable because for 2 reasons. One is Neo is probably going to see some type of success with that. Two, the issues that are going on with the charging stations with Tesla right now, that may force them to go down that road. So
Yeah, there's a lot of
I personally think that's probably where they would go, you know. But hey, Gilly,
What up?
Hey,
how are
Gary.
you? Yeah, I think that. What do you think about Victoriano's question? Do you think Tesla's going to go to a swappable battery?
I don't know. I missed pretty much all of it, but I don't know what's going to happen. It depends on all these sanctions and tariffs and all the crap going on. I mean, there's a dick measuring contest right now, and everybody's at the mercy of it. So it's
Yeah.
hard to know what's going to happen with all the automotive.
Yeah, because some of them are talking about dropping out of the EV race altogether, which I don't know how much sense that makes, but
Ford did, and the stock went up.
right? Well, Ford's Ford, you know.
Oh,
So
Yeah, tired of losing money on the bullshit,
Yeah.
and said,
correct.
You got
They can't get
Toyota
their own
coming out.
transmissions to work, Gilly. How are they going to get? How are they going to get a damn electric car to work?
Oh yeah, well they got Toyota coming out with hydrogen, even hydrogen hybrids. I mean, there's a future coming, and it's I don't know. I think Green New Deal kind of killed Tesla by saturating the market, and everybody wanted a piece. It's such a huge profit. Like they all wanted their own damn electric car company, seems like, and now it's just all over the place, and it's a mess. And
Yeah.
everything comes from one country, and now we're putting tariffs on that one country, and it's just it's a pain in the ass. And the last that I knew, I mean, that pull out of Afghanistan was something to do with either cobalt or lithium mines or something like that, and I think there was a lot going on there, and I don't know if China got a hold of it or what all happened there. But the mining's a big deal, so I don't know. It's hard to know what's going on with the automotive right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
What are
is
your
that
thoughts on
something
it,
that you
Buck?
guys like? Sorry, I just had a question for Victoriano, and for you guys. Is that something that if the news it's not a recent news, because we've talked about this Tesla thing for like a week ago or something like it's been happening, I guess. Is this something that you take in consideration for a day trade? I mean, if it's not a swing trade, or like is that something that is still that you still taking into consideration?
Well, I have to take into consideration because that little industry moves a lot of other industry altogether. So depending on what happens in that scenario, you can expect to see how other sections of the market industry to do certain things. For example, I don't know much about it, but about chips. Talk about chips for motor vehicles. I think Nvidia has something to do with that. And I heard there was some kind of a blockage or embargo to send chips to China, for example, yeah. Because I think they're made in the States. I'm not even sure about that. But NIO, in this case, they have created their own chip. And a couple of weeks ago, the CEO of NIO took a trip to California to go meet up with the NVIDIA CEO. Don't know what happened there, but that raised a lot of questions to me, but I don't know. So having NIO making their own chip, I'm heard and been thinking about it. They want to supply not only the recharging battery service network, but they also want to provide the chip to every company manufacturing EVs in China that are prohibited to receive chips from elsewhere. I don't know if that makes sense. But there's just little information that I'm trying to see how they all can fit together. But everything, we're in a new environment. Nothing is for sure. Nobody knows anything, but I'm just here trying to make sense of my craziness.
Well, we are all trying to make sense of all of this.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Ang, are you leaving us?
My dad's saying the money is in pork bellies and tomato season's coming. We need to be out selling tomatoes and BLTs.
Had to go to the little girl's room. I heard you guys the whole time. BLTs, you're so crazy.
Bucket, did you get bubbles fixed?
I am bubble free. Bubble free. Bubble free. Bubble free. Bubble free.
I'm so glad.
25-cent O-ring or something?
No, what I did is I just replaced the lid, dude. I think there may have been a hairline crack, or the way pool pumps lids work is that they're a wedge fit. So when you tighten down, the wedge tightens down, which tightens down on the O-ring, right? Comic mechanics. And I think that either they've worn out or something. They weren't putting enough pressure on the O-ring. So I bought a new lid, and then I reset based on Waffle. I reset the inlet flange valve on the pump intake and just resealed it just in case, because they say that's the vast majority of leaks when there is leaks. So I did both of those between this show and the end of trading, and there's no bubbles for now.
Have to use a little silicone on the seal.
I'm sorry?
Have to use a little silicone on the seal.
Oh yeah. Well, you do your Teflon tape, and then you do silicone,
Nice.
get it all. So then it's got to look pretty, even though nobody ever looks at it, but the wife won't like it if it looks ugly. So
Hey, it's peace of mind. The bubbles quit. Shit's right in order where it needs to be.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well done. Exactly. So, and on your question earlier, or your statement earlier, Gilly, I think, the reason Ford and these other companies, when they quit EVs, their stocks go up is because they realize the term EV is no longer the buzzword. I'm sure Ford's going to come out with something that has to do with AI soon, because that seems to be the only way to move your stock price now. Outside of performance is to say the word AI.
Big time.
Right?
Self-driving.
Yeah, they're going to have to say something. I mean, everything's AI today. AI this, AI that. I mean, Ted was saying, healthcare is going to be AI. What the hell do you mean it's going to be AI?
It'll be at-home AI healthcare.
Yeah.
Some stupid lay in, and it.
I mean, well, once the ladies tell me how AI is going to help you with your makeup, let me know. I just don't get it. So
I don't wear the shit, so.
See?
Maybe.
So, so I think the EV, to Victoriana's part, I think the key EV players are going to remain the key EV players. I think Tesla at some point is going to have to do a changeable battery. I mean,
I do too.
I do too.
Isn't there a lot of aftermarket, or what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can go aftermarket. You can change your battery out, but I think Victorio's talking about you could have a replacement battery in your trunk, and somehow you'll be able to replace it on your trip and not have to charge, right, Victoriano?
Like a spare tire.
Yeah.
The service that is currently going on is battery as a service, which is you go into like a car wash and they will swap your battery. You don't even have to turn off the car or get.
Remember we watched the video, Bucket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little fueling station, but it's batteries.
They mix in hydrogen engines with EVs and make a hydrogen hybrid. Those damn things are going to go 100 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Toyota's really on it. They're mass producing hydrogen engines. I don't know where you get fuel. You pull up to
somebody working on hydrogen.
You just get the garden hose out and fill your car. I don't know how the hell it works, but they're.
It's about.
So real quick, not going to interrupt the conversation. Grant asks if I have a margin account with long-term holds valuing over $25K, and then I also have $1,000 in cash. How many times can I trade that $1,000 per day? Does anybody want? I know the answer, but if someone on the panel would like to answer him,
I'm interested in your anser.
As long as your account is over $25,000, you can trade as much as you want.
Exactly.
So
you cannot go
total account value.
5K.
With the cash account, you can trade those $1,000 the whole day in and out until those $1,000 are done, and then you gotta wait for 2 days to settle.
Right. No, he's talking about a margin account where he has over. So basically, maybe he has $25,000 worth of Apple in there that he's just letting continue, and he has $1,000 in cash that he likes to trade with. And the answer is, as long as the whole account's over 25,000, you can trade as many times as you want, Grant.
And won't your 25K, won't that be a 4X margin just with a 25K?
It depends on the platform. Webull, it's only 3, right?
There's 3 still. I mean, there's 75,000 or an extra 50 to play with. Of course, I don't know where it's. I don't know. Maybe Ted will know.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm having trouble with my pool. Can somebody help me out? I interrupt you there, Bucket, but my pool, it's bubbling up, like bubbling crude.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all good. It's all good.
You got to fix though.
Exactly. I'm here. You're not. What are you talking about?
He is a vendetta man. Bucket was not going to stop until those bubbles were gone, baby.
Nope.
Oh, man.
Yep, that's exactly it.
I learned a lot about you through that whole interchange, though.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I did not know that you're a rocket scientist
How'd you know I was a rocket scientist?
because you told me you're engineering
Thermodynamic.
background. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't. I don't even remember that was a question. Yes, I am.
Yes. So you are a rocket scientist.
I worked on the space shuttle. So
Did you really? See?
yeah, the North Cone and the space shuttle in 1986.
Look
Also
at
worked
this.
on the Piaggio jet. So
Piaggio.
yeah, if you ever look it up, it's a dual wing fixed aircraft. So that was my subsonic portfolio, and then you had to have. Well, I co-opted at NASA and summer interned at NASA, so I was working on the nose cone there, and then worked on the scramjet.
That is so cool.
The
Yeah, no, the
scramjet.
scramjet was
No.
Because the scramjet was cool because we blew up a wind tunnel. I mean, that was really fun. That was expensive too, but we burned her alive.
Wow.
Yep. Don't you be
Transitioning to
playing with that
scramjet.
Mach 3 stuff. That can get
Transitioning. Look,
nasty
I'm thinking
quick.
about Maverick transitioning to scramjet. I remember that scene.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway,
Very, very cool.
So what
Well-
exactly is scramjet?
okay. If you're familiar with convergent, okay, the easiest way to explain this is not exactly what a scramjet is. It's to explain the physics behind it.
Okay.
If you guys are all aware that if you have a funnel, right? You have a little funnel. The wind goes into the funnel. It speeds up in the funnel, right? It gets faster and faster as the area that it can escape gets smaller.
Condenses.
That's how you speed it up. Okay.
Right.
At the back end of a scramjet engine is the exact opposite. It's very tight and it's open, and that's because the thermodynamic physics basically above Mach 1 changes, whereas the Bernoulli equation states that as the area gets smaller as you're subsonic, when you are hypersonic, you need a divergent. So it's a convergent and then it's a divergent nozzle to get faster speed. And then what you do is at the inflection point of the convergent divergent nozzle is you put in your igniter or your accelerant so that you can get the speed over Mach 1. And then as you diverge based on the slope of the divergence is the speed that you can get out of it. And that's the trick. Now, the problem is you can't go in a normal jet with subsonic speed on a scramjet. You need the scramjets are part of the engine system. You need something to get you fast enough to engage your scramjets. So what you basically have is it's a very simple, you don't even need fans and rotor. Once you have the air going fast enough and you ignite it, it goes, then you increase your speed. So, so it's the exact opposite physics. As soon as you get over Mach 1, actually creating more area allows you to get more speed. But to get that area, you have to have an accelerant point, and that's where the fun is, because if you have the wrong accelerant at the wrong speed, then you blow the plane up. And so we burned down a wind tunnel. Little one, not a big one, little one. So,
It's the little things, right, Bucket?
yeah, it's the little things. It's a little thing. So that's fun, but that creates a whole nother problem that nobody ever thinks about, because when you get above certain speeds, Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4, the leading edges of your aircraft, which you would call the wings or anything that upsets at the tail, those parts become very heated and very hot and have to be very strong and resilient, but flexible enough to handle the turbulence that's created by going over Mach 2 or Mach 3. So, a bunch of stuff. And that's why it's taken us years. I won't tell you when we actually had it, but we had a scramjet engine that could go above Mach 5 a lot sooner than y'all think. Y'all heard about the X5 and X3s in 2004 and 5. Yeah, wrong answer. We've had them much. We were working on them in 1987. So, so those are cool.
Wow.
Chris D wants to know if that's how you get all the ladies when you talk like that.
Yeah. It's such a fun conversation.
I know that's probably how he got that beautiful ass big house he's living in with that pool.
You had me at Bernoulli equation.
I knew when he said Bernoulli, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. That's a real conversation or conversation topic out at the bars, right? The old Bernoulli. It makes girls melt, right? Whatever. We were nerds.
That's why I love this speed.
We were nerds when nerds weren't cool, right?
Right.
So
Gilly has a special guest.
And then it was Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, it's my dad and Lexi out here.
Oh my gosh! Look at Chick-fil-A for the win.
He's telling us about the insiders here. The real money. Where's the real money at?
Talk to us, Dad. Where's the real money?
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
Well, they were up again
He
today.
set me up for it every time I fall for it. Gilly, I actually wasn't even thinking he would say that, dude. He gets me every time. And then I start picturing trading places.
So, Gilly, you know what that means? He's telling you you've got to learn to trade futures.
Yes.
Plastics. The future's in plastics, Benjamin.
Is that futures or commodities, or I don't even know how the hell you even get
Yeah,
it.
futures. Commodities are the futures exchange. Pork bellies, frozen and concentrated orange juice, gold, oil. So,
The stuff they had on the little plate in the movie, you mean?
yeah, exactly. Pork belly, or what was it? That funny statement when Eddie's looking at when he's looking down at the plate and he's like, peanuts as you'd make in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And
then he looks at the camera.
And Eddie's looking
like, okay, did he just fucking say that like
yeah,
I'm an idiot?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
I think I'm going to make that a homework assignment this weekend.
What's
Yeah,
that?
oh man.
That's a classic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I watch it at least once a month.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Hey, they're worried out there. They're worried. They're worried they're not going to be able to buy their kid the G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. It's coming to me. Pork bellies, which make bacon,
Yes.
which you would use in a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
He figured it out.
But you
I
can
did.
wrap around.
You know I'm OCD. I wasn't gonna stop till I figured out what was actually said.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hey, Robin Sofo did get my reference to the graduate.
Dustin
Plastics.
Hoffman's graduate?
The comment about plastics.
Mhm. Hey, who's here in Robinhood?
I am.
am.
I'm going to try to do one. of
Okay,
those.
there's questions in the chat. We answered about the $25,000, and can you trade 1,000? Hudson and a couple others were asking if you're in Robinhood, and the 25,000 you have in there is crypto, and an extra 1,000 to trade. Can you still be trading with it? I have no
I
clue.
wouldn't know the answer to that.
So
yeah.
I'll let you Robinhood people answer
I
that.
think it's all in the same account, isn't it?
I have no idea. I'm just
But
reading
it's
the
a
comments.
$2,000 minimum for a cash account with Robinhood, I think.
Yeah, this is margin though. Margin.
Huh?
So if they had 25,000 in crypto in their
I think
margin
I think
plus
they
an
give
extra 1,000.
I think they give you margin at very low levels, and yeah, they do.
What was the cash account minimum?
2,000.
I don't think so.
Well, I get anytime I've got a really small account for my church.
Yeah.
In Robinhood, and every time I go down below 2,000, it limits me. So maybe it's 2,000 for a margin.
Huh. Weird. Because I've got
Yeah,
way under that.
I'm
and
reading
I
now.
don't
It does
have an
say
issue.
that in Robinhood you do need the 25,000 is for PDT, not necessarily margin. So if you don't want to be a pattern day trader, you have to have 25,000. I think that's an industry standard, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But the 25K can be in crypto, correct?
We don't know. I don't
either.
know.
So what would 25K be anyway? A half a Bitcoin? I mean,
Right.
5 shares of Bitcoin. Okay.
Yeah, but they could be playing those altcoins.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe they
I'm
use.
leaving that. Well, I don't understand that whole coin thing.
I
Whatever.
believe Robinhood
I would
is-
imagine it wouldn't because it's not cash. It's not the same. It's not the same. So I would imagine it would have to be cash.
Well, like
USD.
for example, in my Webull, I have whatever, but I have at least 25,000, and I have maybe half of that right now. It's already in play, so you can have it in play, but when that stuff that's in play lowers
Goes
your
low.
account below 25,
Exactly.
then
There's an
PDT comes
issue.
in, right?
You can still be margin, but you're PDT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
And that's
yeah,
what was pissing me off about NVIDIA today after lunch.
Yeah, Weeble is a little bit different. Weeble, I think, I guess, I wonder if they still under, I don't know about, I haven't been under 25, but if they go under 25, does the margin go away?
They give you
No.
a warning.
Get a margin call.
Give you a warning, and they it has to, by the end of that day, it has to have 25K, or by the
Yeah.
yeah, when it resets.
Yeah.
So
But you can if you can turn that off, and you can still, as long as you don't do round trip trades,
exactly, yes.
you can still trade in that account. I remember that from a long time ago.
Yeah.
But what I don't remember is, was there margin available underneath the 25K? My guess is they tighten it up.
Yeah. So, are you saying what happens to your margin of when you're below 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reduces significantly.
Yeah, and that's what goes on with Robinhood. Robinhood, you're in a cash account, but they do allow you to have margin over 2,000. They're pretty generous with it. They want you to trade.
Yes, they want you to trade.
Yeah.
So.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Don't fall for it.
It's all about commission.
Hey, but I did have a question now that Ted joined the panel, and he loves my question.
Oh, the famous. Now is your name pronounced Rosie?
Rosie, yes.
Rosie. So Rosie, I'm sorry, I've been calling you Rossi all this time. So Rosie, yes, you are the Barbara Walters of asking questions. So by all means, please ask a question.
You guys don't even know, but I told my now husband when I met him, I said, I actually have questions for you that I need to ask before I get in a relationship with you. And he thought I was joking, and we sat on the park, and I asked.
I was about to say, I hope this wasn't like I hope this wasn't like sexy talk.
No, he was like, "You really are serious. You have a lot of questions." So yes, I do have a lot of questions.
Awesome. Well, that's good. You've got a curious mind, and I love that about you.
I want to put out there real quick, just before we go back into that, is if you are not a member, so we can get the wheel loaded up, put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, if you're not a member, put a 1 in the chat so we can get the wheel going in a little bit, so we know who to put on there. Go ahead, guys.
So the question is, following up a little bit what we discussed the other day. So let's say, and it goes a little bit with what Victorino asked today. So if you have a setup that you're waiting for, and let's say there's no news, or there is news that maybe is even opposite to what the setup that you were waiting for is, are you still taking the trade? What do? You have a setup, you were waiting for this exact setup. It could be the EWO, all the EMAs are in the right place, but there are news that say that it should go the other way. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I think what I would do, and I don't do it as often as I should, but I think what I would do is, and what I would advise myself outside of my emotional state, what I advise myself is always be ready for the possibility that you're wrong, right? And so if news came in that ran counter to a trade that I was all set up on, I would back off, because you'd have to wait and see what that news would be, I would think.
Yep, trade the trade.
So we often don't, though, right? We often kind of get into this mode where you're just about there, and all of a sudden you're in a bad trade because you didn't listen to the news. So I think it's about, look, we've just got to assume that we don't know, right? You know, and sometimes I tease people when they say, "Oh, it's going to get to this level. I knew it was going to get to this level." I'm like, well, you know, maybe. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows what's on the other end of the line? What news might come up that might change where things end up at the end of the day. It's great when it happens, and all things being equal, yes, you can at least draw out an idea of where something's going to head to. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be open to the possibility that that very next trade could make a liar out of you, right? And so
Yeah.
you just have to be open to that possibility.
It usually does.
Okay.
That's why I like Nate's philosophy of going with that wick. As soon as she sees that wick, there's nothing else that lets you know like that, hey, this thing's getting ready to go in another direction. You know, something so simple, but if you follow it to the letter, it'll save you a lot of heartache.
Yeah. And I like what Chris D is saying in the chat, that news isn't directional. It's just an indicator for what might happen, but it doesn't always have the effect that you think it will. So wait for direction.
It depends on the news. There's
Right.
bad news all the time. It doesn't do shit. But I mean,
Yep.
if there's an asteroid coming to Earth, you know, the stock market's probably going to drop for some stupid reason. You know, it depends on the severity of the news for sure. It's a little loaded question there, but I don't know.
Well,
That's
No, that's a really good point. By the way, when we get the news, sometimes it's like hours old. We don't know, right? It makes it seem like something's popping up and maybe somebody's digesting it at this particular time.
Yeah, or a repeat.
But there's kind of a school of thought that a lot of this news that we are getting as news, the big boys have already gotten, and they're already kind of baking it into the price. So be very suspicious about maybe news driving. You know, if anything, people can sell on the news, right? Retailers might panic on news that the institutional guys or gals, you know, are thinking is a nothing burger. So, yeah, I mean, play the trade, right? What do you think, Bucket?
Guessing the news is pretty much gambling. I don't know why you would do it. You know, we've seen many a times where the immediate reaction is positive and then it pulls negative and you get burned on both ends. So for me, I like to let it settle and start to see a trend, and then I'll try and ride the momentum, realizing I may not make as much as someone who guessed perfectly right. But I'll tell you one thing, I'll be more right than they are more times because, you know, how many times, I mean, guys, I'll give you a great example. Netflix yesterday on the CPI, it jumped up $18. So if you were on that ride, that was great. Do you know before open, which was an hour later, it was back to the same price it was before the CPI data came out. So you just got to be careful. News is reactionary for us, and I think you need to take it into account. But if you know news is coming, I mean, I specifically literally try to get out of every trade I'm in before one of those morons from the Fed speak. I don't know why they have to open their mouths every day now. It's a popularity contest. Everybody has to talk all the time. Everybody has, I don't know why, if it's an election year, but these idiots are on, there's 3 of them on every day, right? And
That's
trying to
so
predict
true.
what these morons are going to say is ridiculous, right? And, you know, maybe the Fed's watching this show. I don't care. You guys need to shut your traps. I don't, let the market do what it's supposed to do. So long story short, for me, if you want to play the news, it needs to be a lottery, and it needs to be extremely well within your budget. If you want to put, let's say your budget is $200 trading a day, I'd maybe do $10 on a trade if I was trying to trade news, because then if I lose it, I lose it. I don't care. But I'm not. I never leverage and try to get a jump, because yeah, the first time I'm right, I think I'm going to do it every time, and then the next time you get burned. And how many times have we seen, even when Fed Chairman Powell comes on, it goes up for about 20 minutes and then it goes right back to where it was. Now, granted, it could go for a while and you can ride that like we did with the last Fed Chairman speak, but a lot of times it goes up in 3 candles and back down in 4 candles, right? And then unfortunately, you go to questions and then it goes down, 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 right? So it's hard to time the news. Everybody remembers Lee Zynga. He gets stuff, and even with his connection to that box thing he listens to, by the time we got it, the spike had already started. So I'm not jumping in if the spike has started. I'll wait and see how it settles out.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Don't forget you got that out of nowhere stuff like someone posting on X about robo taxis.
Yeah, exactly.
And Tesla went up what 5-6% that day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then
Did you
you got
guys?
these roaring kitty groups now. So
Well, yeah, but did you see last night, Dawn? I saw it on a news. They have now been able to cut and edit his previous videos and his face, and with using AI, he will be just like he was when y'all followed him back in 2021, and we don't even know that it's really not him. They had an entire meme where it was just him and his mannerisms and things like that, and his face. But it was AI.
you know what? They did that with Elon, and Christina got wrapped up in that. Remember, she thought she was watching Elon telling her
Yeah.
to get involved in something.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're already on that. Oh wow, they're doing Roaring Kitty now.
Yes.
Great.
Well, but
because
Roaring
last
Kitty.
night, guess what this AI Roaring Kitty did was trying to pump up.
Different.
Oh, I can't even remember what it was.
AMC.
And
FFI?
I forget the stock.
FFIE.
No, it was a popular stock, and it wasn't
Tupperware?
his stocks, but they created an entire meme of it.
It's either
And
GME, Tupperware, or AMC.
no, it wasn't any of those. That's what I'm saying. That's why you knew it was a fake, because it came out of
Oh,
the blue.
wow.
Oh, it's a
Like,
fake. Gotcha. Yeah.
it was something like Boeing or something like that. I'm going to buy Boeing tomorrow, and you're like, huh?
I
Well,
got
you know, this Roaring Kitty, he's a genius from the standpoint that he's got the world's attention, and they don't know what it's for, right? They think that he's going to launch a website or that he's going to start to chime in on a regular basis about stocks, but they don't quite know. And there's a point where he was like issuing a new meme every like 5-10 minutes. So in this age of attention deficit teenagers, right, and 20-somethings, it would be really interesting to see how this guy is going to influence the market with a meme here or meme there kind of thing.
Wow. That meme, the memes he was putting out, is that recent?
Yeah, he just became active in the last week, and he's been memeing all across America. Interesting. What about the Bernoulli equation? How does that factor into your decision-making process there?
Sounds like
Ted is creaming over Bernoulli.
Paul's on support, Bernoulli's on resistance.
You know, right? You do know what the Bernoulli equation is, right?
I do. It's something to do with like force type stuff. Right?
Okay. All right. Good. So,
But you are such a smart man. I tell you what.
no,
I'm so glad that you retired, so you can share your wealth of information when you do share your wealth of information.
yeah. So I guess what he's saying is next week I'm allowed to do a 20-minute presentation on Bernoulli's equation, but I'm never supposed to come in and directly talk about the bubbles in my pool. Okay.
And we can do a Bernoulli breakout.
that's great.
Yeah, only for the gold people, please. That breakout only for the gold.
Bernoulli breakout.
So nobody else has to listen to it. Yeah, I got it.
I want to hear about the Iron Condor and all that Kama Sutra stuff that you
Hey,
play
I'm
around.
telling you, today, the play of the day, and I know we don't talk about it, but was a bull call credit put spread. There was just easy money. So, and I know that's a long word, but
That sounds
that
like
was
a-
the play
we
for
should
SPY
do it.
today.
We should do a breakout room on that because I love that, and it really does tie to the sideways traffic. How do you make money in a sideways market?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's make it a point to do a breakout on that next week.
I'm just gonna let everybody know real quick. It's a mechanism by which theta, for your first time, is your friend, because you're selecting let me put it in simple terms for you. You're selecting a range of price of a stock, in this case SPY, that it will not go to. So let's say today's SPY was running, what, Don, you know what it was, what, 528, 529?
I actually didn't look at it. I
Okay,
haven't
so
been
let's
paying
just say your range,
528 was.
yeah, 525 to 527. You go
Okay.
ahead and you get paid to buy that mechanism. As long as it doesn't get to 526 and the day keeps burning, whether it goes down to 525 and then jumps back up or runs to 530, your put is paying. Theta is your friend, and by the last hour, if the actual price of SPY isn't close to the spread, you're done. You just cash out for zero and you make all your money. It's a really fun way later down the road, but that's all. It's a mechanism that does the exact opposite of our options.
That's really
Theta
cool.
is your friend, and you just decide whether you think you're bearish for the rest of the day or bullish. Doesn't matter. You pick it.
That's so cool.
Boom. It's awesome.
You know, it's interesting, Bucket. While you were talking, your spa bubbles are chiming in.
Okay, so I gotta go.
She says she's missing you. She says you all are mean to Bubbles.
I'm not mean to Bubbles.
Bubbles, come on up. Bubbles, come on. Speak to Bucket.
I'm just
Welcome to
pointing out
Bubbles
that there
side of
should
the
only
story.
be one Bubbles in this group, and it better not be the ones in my pool.
Hey, Don, I'm gonna have to take off. Do you have those 3 names written down?
Oh, that's
Okay,
right, you
so I
guys-
see
yeah, we
Sandra
gotta do that.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Then there was
Yeah.
Edwin and Bucko.
Okay, let me get him. Let me get him together, Gilly.
And Gilly, you make sure you tell Mr. Porkbellies he's welcome anytime.
You're telling him right now.
Hey, Gilly, did your dad was he in the service?
No,
No, okay.
Grandpa was. Yeah, Grandpa.
Well, it's so great that he's there hanging out with you, buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're out having a bourbon at the shop. We don't give a
Nice. What's your bourbon of choice?
We don't care what's going on in town or at bars or any of that bullshit. We'll have a drink out here at the shop. And
Nice.
There you go.
4A in the service for by draft.
Oh, nice. Okay.
What
What
bourbon are you drinking?
what bourbon are you drinking?
we got 4 Roses small batch right now.
There you
Oh,
go.
nice.
What's your favorite?
That's a loaded question. 2XO is really good. All the Buffalo Trace lines are really good.
Pork belly.
I like.
Big
Yeah, we
Buck.
got to go see his outdoor liquor cabinet again.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh,
get
I
the
think it's
can.
top,
I
dude.
like Basil Hayden's, and I don't care what anybody says. You can find it anywhere. But Basil Hayden has a nice, sweet finish to it.
Nice.
I like it. But I got all kinds of crap. I've got a lot of good stuff in here too. But
Pork belly reserve.
yeah, my dad says pork belly reserve.
Yeah. I've just got a question. Does Scotch help you get the dents out quicker?
No, it makes me not want to do shit. Someone else was asking the other day, so I got that proper 12, that Irish whiskey of Conor McGregor's. And he's like, does that make you want to fight? He's like, no, but it might make you grow some ginger sideburns.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna sign off for the night. You got 3 names so far.
Yeah.
Let me know what's going on. Put it in the membership lounge or something. Let me know who wins and go from there.
Okay, will do. I can't seem to get my Discord's acting weird.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and see some of you here tomorrow.
Yeah, do you have
Yeah.
any Pappy Van Winkle?
No, a friend of mine, a railroader, has a bottle that he'll pour you out a sip, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's a rare treat, right?
There's some, $2,400 a bottle right now. So
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
yeah, that's I don't know. I'd have to, hit a few more stocks to buy shit like that.
Well, there you go. So very nice meeting your dad. What's your dad's name?
Junior. Yeah, Junior and Lexi.
Junior, Lexi, nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice listening to you fellas. It sounds like you guys are pretty brainy guys and girls, huh?
It's a
We
hybrid.
try.
We all
Buckets
share
over
kind of
there.
the same craziness.
Bucket's over there talking about how to build rockets and shit, and I'm just like, man, I tinted the windows on a car a little bit ago.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
extent.
Which I couldn't do.
That's about it, right?
Yeah, I'd love to build rockets with you. I've just never done it, but that sounds interesting as shit. And if you blew up a wind tunnel, that means you did something right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Exceeded
Junior,
expectations, what it sounds like.
I'll
to
tell
me.
you guys a story. I mean, obviously the director of NASA didn't think it was a great thing, but you know. Whatever.
yeah, someone with a sharp pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Junior, yeah, there are a lot of smart people, but the smartest ones are the ones that dumb themselves down to just deal with some basic rules of trading. And getting too fancy is just not the way to play this game. So I think most of us have to kind of get rid of the poison that's in our head that we can outsmart the market. We've got special tricks. It is the biggest exercise is to get rid of all that noise in your head and just trade the trade.
No pork belly. Yeah.
I tell you what, pork bellies are always in season in my mind. I don't think they're ever out of season.
Yeah, me too.
You know, that's sometimes I wonder, you know, because Rossi asked the question earlier about news. I often find myself in any given day looking and going, I'm looking at way too much to make decisions. You know, you got to look at the news. You got to, if you want to look at the VIX and you want to look at where SPY is, and the only thing you're not doing is looking at the stock you're about to make a trade on, right? You're worried about everything else, and you've really got to dumb it down. You know,
it's so funny because sometimes we have to deconstruct Coach. We have to deconstruct. Okay, we know he has his rules, but sometimes we forget why he has his rules.
Here we go.
And like Chris was talking about Head and Shoulders today. By the time you watch the whole Head and Shoulders pattern, you can make money this way, that way, right? Every way to Sunday, as opposed to just watching, right? And so let's kind of get in that mentality. Trade the trade. It's in the level. Trade the level. If it's an EWO, play the EWO. Don't think about it. Just do it and make sure that you're protecting yourself. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Finally found the wheel.
Yay!
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
You guys have a good night. I'm out of here.
You too, Billy. Thanks for hanging out, brother.
Hey,
Thanks for the giveaway.
Billy.
Have a good night.
See you,
Have a
Junior.
good weekend.
Pleasure meeting you.
All right, I'm going to get the names on the wheel, guys, and we'll spin it in just a few minutes.
Da, 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 da,
Thank
da,
you for
da.
the tips, those of you that tipped. I
What's
appreciate
up,
it.
Rossi?
Now I was gonna say that's why I asked the question, because I've been with Coach for a year now, and I think what basically happens is that there's a lot of information, and first you start with the EWO is the one thing that you want to tackle first. At the beginning, unfortunately, I had the bad luck that I was lucky a couple of times, and of course I thought it was so easy. I was like, oh my God, this is the easiest thing on earth to make money here. So then, unfortunately, learned that it was just luck. But then you learn about resistance lines, and you learn about supply and demand zones, and then you learn about this and that and the other thing. And I feel like by the time you actually, if you get all of these things in your head, you basically have analysis paralysis, which is what Victoriano said before. And now, after a year and a half, I realized that I was kind of complicating this thing a lot. I have to drill it down. These are the 5 things that I need to see in the chart, and put my stop and go. So it's actually almost like going back to, I was doing too much. So,
Well, Rossi, let me, and Coach may argue with this, okay? But if you watch Coach trade and you're not trading and you just watch him trade, right? There's really about two things he's looking at. The support and resistance lines and VWAP. That's it. Okay, he's not worried about the 20 EMA, the 9 EMA, the cloud crossing over, all this other crap, what's going on in the news. He's focused, he has dumbed it down for himself to look at resistance lines and VWAP. He doesn't, okay, he'll look at the L2 if you guys say, hey, coach, I see the, and it's funny because I listen to him and you guys, someone will go, hey, there's 20,000 at 2.3, and he'll go, oh, yeah, there is. Anyway, back to the lines. Here's, see this wick here and here.
Right.
And he dumbs it down, and that's where he's successful. And in some additional trading I've got, finding that way to dumb it down. So we're taking Ted's statement from 5 minutes ago and just reiterating it. Find the key things that help you make a good trade.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If anybody in here tells me that they do the high time frame, mid time frame, low time frame, they check the 9 EMA, the cloud that we have, the receding hairline track thingy. Then I also look at VIX and the RSI, and then I see where SPY is. I'm sorry, you just lost the trade. Your entrance is going to be late, right? I mean, you've got to be able to get it to a scenario where you're comfortable saying, okay, this is my criteria. And I don't mean, I'm not dumbing down what coach does, but when he's in a trade, guys, all he cares about is the support resistance lines and where's VWAP.
That's
That's what he's looking at. Not looking at any of this other stuff. Nate is the
Dumbed
exact
it down even more.
Nate doesn't care about the support and resistance lines. Nate goes, there's the L2, and that's what makes his trading successful. That's it. People for 5 months were coming into Nate. Hey, Nate, you could put the lines here. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Just to shut him up. It's like, yeah, he uses the L2. That's what he uses. Mark McSee added to that. He really looks at the L2 and he likes his support and resistance line. So maybe he has one more set than Nate does, but it's not overwhelming. It's not 9 things. It's 2. L2 and his support and resistance lines. That's how Mark McSee trades, right? So I understand we all want to talk about analyzing a stock and what it's going to do and what it's not going to do and stuff like that, but there's so much information. And here's the funny thing. Just do a search on TradingView of the indicators you can use. I think they're up to 1,700, right? I mean, guys, if you want 1,700 things, I literally started taking stuff off of coach's indicators. Like I don't want the thing that says bull.
I don't use it either.
Because it gets in the way of what I look at, right? And sometimes I have the trending receding hairline, whatever we call that thing.
I like that. That's the new term for it.
Yeah. I know you guys have a term for it, but regression.
No,
linear regression.
Regression channel.
Linear regression, yeah.
So the receding hairline thing, and for me, and I'll be honest with you,
I subscribe to that.
He's cracking up over here. Ted figured it out. That's when he decided this was what he's going to do. I haven't figured out my quick ones yet. I'm narrowing it down, but I have not been able to fine tune it yet to those 2 or 3 points that say, okay, I'm going to do this and that. I still find myself, and unlike coach, I do have the confirmation button. Again, I'm an engineer. When you pick go, it goes, right? So I'm there and I'm looking, okay, is this doing what I want? Is this doing what I want? This doing what I want? This doing what I want? And I'm wasting half a candle on deciding whether I'm going to get it or not, right? And yet I talked to TJ, who's one of the people in here. TJ has those turbo buttons set. I mean, he looks real quick, boom. I mean, he can literally be in 10 trades in 35 seconds.
10 separate.
Call here, put here, call there. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm deciding if I'm getting this call, right? It's like, what the hell? So I think where you're going to get comfortable and where every trader gets comfortable is deciding on those 1, 2, or 3 things they can add to their, or, use as their main decision-making tools. and not if you're trying to go more than 3, I think you're gonna lose the plot, like I lose, right?
So the aha moment for me today was when somebody was talking about blah blah blah. Let's just keep it at that. The aha moment was, we always talk about listening to the sounds of Coach's voice, but whenever a new idea comes in, we need to kind of ask ourselves, did Coach ever talk about this? If the answer is no, chances are you don't need it. And that's pure and simple. Coach has distilled this down to these let's call them eight simple rules for dating our daughter. The whole idea that you need to have additional information. I tell you what, the great thing about ADT, and I consider myself blessed that I happened onto it in the first place, is Coach already did this work. By the way, Warrior Trader did the same thing. There's a chapter in Warrior Trader's thing that did the same thing. The great ones out there have learned to get out of analysis paralysis and get into the mode of active trading with the stops in place so you don't wreck your face, right? That's simple. Whatever you're in, whether it's an EWO to the moon, you as long as you get and follow Coach's rules, to put that stop in place to get it from training wrecking you, and it's the same thing with the scalp. So listen to the sound of Coach's voice, but also ask yourself, is this something Coach has ever talked about? And that can actually clear you up to just kind of focus on, well, if somebody is in the and this is the danger. I love the ADT community, but sometimes in the aftermarket, people will introduce like corollaries to Coach's rules. You have to say to yourself, did Coach ever mention this corollary, or is this somebody else's idea that's getting tagged on? Because those ideas can be dangerous sometimes. Whether it's doing a swing for an extra day or whatever it is. I love the elegance of Coach's rules. You'll never hear Coach say, "Oh, hold a weekly trade overnight," for instance. And yet, oftentimes you'll hear people say that in the ADT community, and you're like, "Well, wait, it may feel good. You may know something. Maybe you've got the hunch." But remember, you're deviating, and the thing is, you always can get in tomorrow. And what's the first thing that happens typically in the morning? There's a sell-off, right?
Yeah, of course.
We've seen it every single day. If the stocks do go up overnight, the very thing that you're worried you're going to miss out on, there's a sell-off. If you're there ready, you can get in. If you really firmly believe that you want to be in that stock, make that decision the next day. Get in. But don't hold it overnight because sometimes that sell-off has already occurred before opening bell. So
Right.
Yeah.
these are the Coach's rules. These are the things that when you start to think about it, this is why he talks the way he talks. He's learned. He's 30 years of doing this. I've only done this for a year and a half, and I can tell you, I feel like I'm picking up on things, but I wouldn't put my skills up against Coach's. And so what he's done is he's done the hard work. He's had good days and bad days. And the whole idea behind ADT is to help people avoid those mishaps and really focus on the strategies that win. So I'm sorry, I'll stop there, but that's
No, it's good. You're making good points, and he's basically gone through all of the rigmarole so that he has come up with some basic strategies that, hey, listen, I've cut through all the cheese, and this is what works. So
Right.
you can either take that and run with it, or you can do what I did and do all of the things to find out, to come full circle and realize this is what you should be doing.
Right. For instance,
So,
Fibonacci, the dreaded Fibonacci. The thing is, Fibonacci is fine, but what Coach, you'll hear Coach, one of the things that he will never do is he'll never take a profit. Have you heard of that? He says, I don't believe in taking profit.
Yeah.
When you
I
said,
said, I'm sorry to interrupt. I got to go, y'all. Let's tell everybody good night.
All right.
And
All
whoever
right,
wins,
honey, have a good night. we're about to do the names and get off here anyway. So have a good night. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Have a good weekend, James.
Okay, take care now.
Yep,
But
have
when
a
he
fantastic.
but when he talks about not doing the take profit, that's because he says you're missing out on the potential upside on that taking profit. It's for that very reason why he doesn't like Fibonacci, because Fibonacci assumes that everybody's going to sell at a certain level, and that often doesn't happen. And so Fibonacci might be a way to at least ensure that you have some profit, but I think he looks at Fibonacci as kind of a tool that might get people to get out of a trade when in fact there could be a whole new wave, as we often see, a whole new wave of buyers that come in, and that whole Fibonacci thing goes out the window. So these are the things that he tried and he played around with, and he's learned that they don't always, especially in a momentum trade, they don't always come true. So
All right. Well, we've got 3 names on the wheel.
Okay.
We've got Edwin, we've got Sandra, and we have got Bucko 504.
Okay,
So,
before you start, can those
Yeah.
3 confirm that they're in here so that if they win, they get it? Can Edwin, Buck, and Sandra just type a quick 1 so we know you're in here? Nobody's typing anything. This is going well.
This is
Hey,
awkward.
Bucko's in the house.
We have one.
all right, Bucko.
Is
Edwin
in
and
the house?
Sandra, are you still here?
Is Edwin or Sandra still here? This could be a smaller wheel.
I think
Yep, Sandra's here,
Diesel Dan put 3.
This is done.
and
We
is
got a
Edwin
coin
here?
toss with him.
Sandra, we just need to know if Edward's here.
Because if he's not, then it's just those 2, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's correct.
Okay,
Bucko
Edwin.
and Sandra. What's the one that we're missing?
Edwin.
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 Are you here? If you're
Still-
here, say
Still
you're
a couple
here.
of minutes left, guys, to hit that AmericanDreamTrading.com so that you can go ahead and get signed up with the VIP membership. If you have not got the wherewithal to do the VIP, Coach is now offering $50 a week for a weekly premium membership. And that's what's happening right now. We're giving away 1 week of that, sponsored by Gilly. Thank you, Gilly. Gilly, did you give away a weekly?
Gilly.
Okay.
So
I don't know how long
think
you want to wait for Edwin. Edwin, last
Yeah, I'm gonna go
chance.
ahead and
Let us
take
know
him
if you're
on.
here. Or maybe Dawn, I misspoke. Do they have to be present to win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Edwin, if you don't say, she's got to take your name off.
Oh no.
Well, here's the deal. She can spin it, and if it comes up on Edwin, we can say wah wah.
Okay, that's cool. Let's do that.
That's actually fun because he'll have the ability to see if he was going to win or not.
There you go.
All right, so let's do it.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What's the odds, right?
Bucko, green.
Bucko, finally! Yes! Way to go, Bucko. You know he's been on every wheel for over a week now for different things. So good deal. Good deal.
And Bucko.
Put the ticket out there. Go ahead and make sure you do your ticket and let Arlo and Miranda know what's
is
up.
that $50 weekly thing?
It is. Yep.
Okay. I feel sorry for Sandra because there was only 2 people. Okay, I'll buy Sandra hers.
Woo!
Yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah, Sandra, I'll buy yours. Just who do I have to wire the money?
You gotta put in a ticket.
So, yeah, DM Bruno and let him know that you are donating a week of the weekly because he's tracking that. And Sandra, go ahead and put a ticket in and let them
Okay,
know
so,
that.
no. But to do this, I want you to spin the wheel with just Sandra's name on it so she can see herself. So congratulations.
There you go.
Wheel.
Bucket. I already took it
Sandra,
down.
are you here, Sandra Henderson?
Bucket is crazy.
Okay, Sandra, is she still here? I don't know if she's here. Maybe she left.
Well, see, she might not even be here now.
She's here. She's here. She said it's okay. I've never
Sandra,
been
Here?
Yes.
Okay.
see Sandra?
No,
Okay,
she's
Sandra.
there. She's
Okay,
excited.
ready? Here we go. Tick, 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 tick.
Look,
Ding,
Edwin
ding,
and
ding.
Sandra.
Congratulations, Sandra. You won as well.
I'm trying to do it. Hold on.
Yeah, I want it videotaped. Or do not leave, Sandra.
She is here. She is here.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Sandra, stay on. Okay, get rid of Bucko. Or you know what? Put Sandra's name twice. There you go. Just change Bucko to Sandra.
Sandra
Yeah,
too.
let's do that.
Yeah, and then it's Sandra or Sandra.
Sandra 1 and Sandra 2. Sandra
There it
D.
Let's see who hits it.
Here we go. Okay, hit return.
Now, if Sandra
No,
2 wins, then
you
we
messed
gotta
up. You
come
went
up with
into the
something
second
else.
one. Okay.
It's
go
all
back.
good. It's all good.
No,
Yay!
now you saw Bucko.
Sandra!
Whoa!
Yeah,
Hey,
Bucko,
this is
great.
rigged.
Keep spinning. Just keep spinning until Sandra comes up.
We'll eliminate Bucko.
There we go.
Yeah, get on the pan.
Sandra! It's not even making a noise now, Bucket.
Don,
Yeah.
do we have time?
Time for
Everybody who puts in a 1, I'll buy them a trucker hat.
I'm putting a 1. Where?
no, we don't have time for that because
Yeah,
that
we'll do that
means
next
I gotta
time.
load the wheel
We
up.
should-
We can
we
do
should
that
do
the
that,
next
though.
time, though.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a fun thing. Let's do that next time.
Everyone's
That would
a
be
winner.
fun, dude. Ted's
Miranda,
gonna
I'm
buy
going
a
in to buy
trucker
the.
hat.
Miranda, I'm going to go in and buy the gift card now. Do I need to do anything else?
You guys are amazing. Thank you, Bucket, for doing that.
Yeah, well, poor Sandra. There's only 2 and 1. I mean, come on. You can't do that. It's not fair. It's not
Speaking
American.
of which, if anybody has not donated to the tip jar, it is still down there. If you have the wherewithal to throw a couple dollars in there for the kid this weekend, she would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, AmericanDreamTrading.com is where you will go to get your membership this weekend. And don't forget, Coach is also spinning the wheel of cash. He is going to give away 2 opportunities to spin the wheel and win up to $5,000. So
The winners have to go to create a ticket inside the day.
yeah, it's cruiser weekend down here. If you guys heard that,
I just heard that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
So all I've got to do is buy this American Dream Trading digital thank you card, lifetime access, Miranda. Is that correct? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go through this, but I want to make sure
No, you're good. You're good.
Sandra can get this as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Miranda,
I'm
is that all
sure
I
she's
have to do?
grateful.
Done.
Does anybody else know that's all I have to do?
Yeah, that's what she said.
I think that's because I don't know if she's doing the It might be done with the onboarding. I don't know, but
She
Yeah,
said
she's done. They closed out onboarding.
okay.
And purchase completed. Welcome, Sandra. Kick some butt.
Thank you, Bucket.
All right, Sandra. Now you'll be able to join the Zoom call and hang out with us after Coach leaves and continue to get trained. So thanks to Bucket. Bucket, you're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Hey, another day in paradise.
Sure is.
Ted, and thank you for the trucker hat idea. Make sure you're on
Yeah.
here next week and make good on it. I know
As a
you
matter
will
of
be.
fact, I think it might be a good thing for Coach to start doing, right?
Yeah. Are you going to send me a picture so I can make you like a thumbnail for the podcast tomorrow?
What, do like a snapshot now? You want to take a snapshot?
Well, it's not going to come out right because on the like screen, so it's going to be lines in it. Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
take a selfie and like DM it to me.
All right.
Yep, that'll be cool. Did you like the logo?
I did. Awesome work. Has anybody taken a look at Chipotle?
Why? What's going on with them?
Too rich for me.
It's too rich, but it went from 2,200 to 3,200.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh my God.
4 months.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I almost want to start putting a put strategy on that. There's just no way.
Why wouldn't it continue to climb?
All because people want to have that stock split.
I know.
Is it a 10 for 1?
I thought it was 50.
51. Man, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's already overvalued, so yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we had somebody who said they picked up just a couple of them just to be in on it, so that they are doubling their shares.
There you go.
Quadrupling.
Generational wealth, right?
Absolutely. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait for 2 things tomorrow, which is David's class and then the premiere of the weekend podcast with Ted. So
there you go.
Everybody make sure that you're in there for that.
Yeah,
So
check the member lounge between, what do we say, noon and 1.
I think it said noon and 1. Yep.
1 p.m. East Coast time. And if you want to participate, submit your stock that you want to talk about and be prepared to discuss it.
Maybe I'll talk about GoDaddy. I've got experience with GoDaddy. A lot of people did, but I like GoDaddy. Or
Yeah,
5 and below. Go
definitely-
research 5 and below.
Definitely dip into that. Dip into, hey, what are they doing with the AI? Because that's pretty cool stuff.
Yep.
All right, love you guys.
Love you, Ted.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everybody. And I will end it with Coach's Rules. Rosie, thank you. James L., thank you. Victoriano, thank you. Who am I missing? Bucket, thank you.
Another great question, Rosie.
Yes, as usual. Rosie, you are the questionnaire.
You're like the investigator.
I love the fact that Rossi just giggles and smiles the whole time. That's awesome.
Oh,
Victoriano, thank you. Yeah, Rosie's awesome.
Hey, Jap, I want to thank you, bro.
Dap, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
trying to enlarge it to see what his name is. Dap, thank you. Everybody down in the chat, I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Make sure if you're VIP Gold, that you're there for David's class tomorrow and Ted's podcast. So let's get Coach's Rules up here. And thank you for those of you that put something in the tip jar. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Never lose more than 1 to 3% ever of your total account value in any given day. Always make sure you have stop losses on each and every single trade, whether it's shares or options. Make sure you guys are practicing base hits. Don't be trying to go for those home runs. Everybody be cool with that. Every once in a while you get the home runs, but that comes back to our other rule. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. All right? So if we're getting hammered on something and it's going against you, just get out of there. If you're new to trading, do not trade in the first 30 minutes of the day or the last hour, ever. And if you are new to trading, do not use real money. You should be using simulated trainers, and you can use them on all sorts of different accounts. TD has them. TradingView, you can do rewinds. There's all sorts of stuff. Don't come in with real money blowing up your account. That is not how you want to learn. I want to make you a stock market trader and not just another call-out chaser.